Hi, I'm Dr. Cheryl Meier. I'm back in my office today. Today we're going to talk about letting go of toxicity, letting go of the toxic things that we keep running back to within addictions and other ways we do that in unhealthy codependent relationships, or just going back to unhealthy friendships or unhealthy habits. It's just really coming up for me today. And so there's a proverb that kept coming to my mind to remind me of this principle, because whether you believe in God or not, and I always say I welcome all people of all religions, because I have this understanding we all come from the same source, from the Creator. Whether you know God to be the Creator or not, I call God divine love oftentimes, because when we say the word God, we'll just put that in a box. And so divine love is intelligent, and the world is set up with design, with gravity works. And so there are principles, and when it's like you reap what you sow. If you put in peach seeds in the ground, a peach tree is going to grow out. If you keep going back to toxic people, then I'll show you what that is. Okay, I've shown my clients this for years and years now. Yeah, I'm a psychologist in my day job. I help people navigate through their spiritual awakening, and I look at all of life as a kind of spiritual awakening, as we're coming to a higher level of consciousness. And so here's the proverb that kept coming to my mind is, as a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool returns to his folly, or her, and so we have the choice. We have the choice to be foolish or to be wise. Your destiny is in your hands. I was listening to a song about that last night, that this divine love gives you a choice, and your choice, your destiny, do you want destruction or do you want life, a life here? Destruction is to keep going back, but it's not about harping on yourself and beating yourself up for these negative choices and patterns and all this. There's reasons why we do it. And so for me, I offer this to you, is sit and contemplate. Why would a dog return to its vomit? Why would a dog keep going back to that, And I was like, oh, maybe it looks like there's food. That's food. But the dog doesn't know that there's a whole fresh dog bowl of real dog food waiting for them. And so it's like, if we have this mentality, it's like the lack mentality. It's where our egotism goes. When you know yourself more as soul, I'm going to take this off. This is why I teach presence, how to be deeply present. When you know yourself as soul, you sit here. You are a soul in a human body. You're more than your name. You're more than the circumstances around you. You're more than the circumstances of your childhood. And so the more you sit and know yourself as that and choose to be loving. Here, I'm going to put this back on. I'm going to show you. This is what I show my clients, is what happens. So the divine love can see, I've got a whole like all the dog bowls you could ever want if you were a dog. Like, I just heard a wise man. I was just hearing this teaching this morning, and it happened to be the same day, right? And he said, it's like you can, it's like give your desires up to God, and it's like you keep asking for like these, goldfish, the little crackers, these scraps, and he wants to give you the filet mignon. If you're a vegan and stuff, then like a nice, beautiful vegan meal, right? And so it's just like he wants to give you the kingdom. It's God's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. But I'm trying to see where that, let's see where that is in, Luke 12, if you want to know what that is. St. Luke wrote about that. Jesus said it. He said, do not be afraid. Don't be afraid. We're acting in fear and lack. That's what egotism does. And so it's like this. It's like if you are, when you're a child, you're like this. The parent is up here and you're a child, and you have to deal with however this parent is. If this parent is not loving or not available or whatever, you have to figure out how to please them, how to get what you need so you stay alive. And so we learn how to keep staying in this victim position, how to keep pleasing, right? And so what happens is, well, let's say you are right there, right? You're you, and I'm this other part of you. And I'm saying to you, hey, John, Katie, Cheryl, Elizabeth, whatever your names are, you know, my sister-in-law's name was Katie. She's passed on, God rest her soul. But, you know, whoever it is, Scott, you know, hold on 1 second. I'll go get you the love that you want from these unavailable people. And so I go and I'm grabbing, I'm trying to, here's your scraps. Here's your scraps. All you're getting is the back of your head. This is what you're getting when you go to an addiction. Addiction promises that it's going to fill you up, but it's actually making you betray yourself because you're turning your back on yourself. But it feels like you're controlling it, just like you were trying to control the parents as a child. You're trying to get them to show up. But once you see that you are an adult now, and I can choose healthy relationships, I can choose healthy food, I can choose a healthy career, I can choose to follow my deepest purpose and passion, I can choose to be present for myself in my life. You know, if someone is showing up like vomit and they don't have respect for you, then you can let them go. You can now I'm not saying everybody just jump out of your marriage and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that because as you learn to take out the toxic things in your life and stop returning to vomit, you change the boundaries within a committed relationship. You change the boundaries within your marriage. The healthier you get, the healthier that unit gets, or else that person leaves because they can't stand the health that you are now in and that you're committed to giving to yourself. So there was this other verse that was saying, a double-minded man or woman, you know, is unstable in all his or her ways. A double-minded man is unstable in all your ways. It's the only time that word is used in the whole Bible. It says is, well, at least the New Testament, because it's a Greek word. So anyway, like atheist is without God. And so the way this word is without stability. That's all you're doing, is you're taking away the stability, the presence, the love, the confidence, the caring, the kindness that you could have in your life if you chose to be loyal to yourself instead of repeating the patterns of childhood, which is like an iceberg, right? Here's the iceberg, and here's the conscious part, and underneath here is all the unconscious part. And we have all these unconscious scripts, and we keep writing these scripts out, and that's what keeps playing out in our life, is these unconscious scripts where it's like, instead of being loyal to yourself and to the good and to love, to highest love, to living with integrity, because this is integrity, to be loving to yourself, instead of, I'm going to go try to get a fake high from this illusion, from this unavailable person, from this unavailable addiction, from this, you know, that looks available, that gets me high in the moment, you know, but leaves me with nothing, leaves me heartbroken again, leaves me repeating the same old patterns, feeling the same way, you know. And so I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because I was just crying before I saw my last client. And because, again, it feels like, this is the illusion, right? It feels like you've got something in your hands. You know, you have these keys, but really you've got nothing, because this is just a key to more heartbreak. You know, when you let it go, it feels like you're going to be empty. So it repeats this experience that you had when you were in childhood. And no, we don't like going right, step into it toe to toe. You're going right up to your fear and going, I don't care. I choose to love you by facing this fear. When you face it, you stop repeating it. When you face it, you stop repeating it. When you face this, you stop repeating it. Because here's where love can come in, you know? Like Bruce Lee says, empty the cup. And Rumi says that too, and Jesus said that too. Seek first the kingdom of God. I wish you much love. Share, like, and comment.